they are so concerned about provoking or angering, or infuriating, or China. But just for the sake of placating China and keeping your mouth shut, I think it's a recipe for disaster, and it will make China more arrogant. And, from time to time, you have to call a spade a spade. But this is not well understood, even by a number of Japanese politicians. So just last year, I published a book, along with one of the most famous Japanese commentator, Kadoza-san. The title of the book was China Sycophants. We have a number of, people who tend to be sycophantic toward the Middle Kingdom. We severely criticize their attitudes, and it has become a bestseller in Japan too. But, China sycophants, Australia does not have the monopoly of China sycophants. China sycophants are everywhere, and when it comes to waging information warfare or cognitive warfare, so that they think, now we are having Chinese century, US is declining, China is growing up, listen to China, don't go against the wish of China, Beijing. I think among some people, this just simplistic idea is prevailing to my great concern. So you have to take a look at real China. China has become strong, but China has many, many weaknesses. And this weakness sometimes, makes China very, very dangerous. As we talked over lunch today, maybe for this year, next year, China could be very, very precarious, and they might resort to some sort of adventurism. But this is a kind of real China we have to take a hard look without, fawning, without being sycophantic. And I think here we do need to compare notes, between Australia and Japan.
It was a Chinese man himself, Lee Kuan Yew, who warned 25 years ago that China's rise, coupled with its communist-flavored masters, would present very real challenges. They would become so powerful that, as he put it, they'd only have to flex their economic muscles, which they've tried with Australia, to bring people to heel. And that the only way to hold that back would be for the other countries in the region, and indeed globally, I think he meant, to club together and say, take one of us on, you take all of us on. Is that a fair summation of your view?
I think so. And I think, looking at the advent of, recent China, what strikes me is China, did not make any big success in the battleground. If you look back at the history of the US or even the Soviet Union, there have been, decisive wars in which they showed their military prowess. In the case of China, what was it? Was it Korean War? I doubt it. Was that the war against Vietnam back in 1979? So China does not have any brilliant, military record. Whereas China's, prowess or strength or influence comes from its massive market and economic, growth and the sheer size of population. So here we are. We have to take a hard look at both the strengths and weaknesses of China, and we shouldn't overestimate China's capabilities, whereas we shouldn't underestimate, their capacity. That is why we do need more, closer liaison and, exchange of opinions between Japan, Australia, Japan, and US.